Hello! Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Chiz and my pronouns are they, them. And today I'm going to be showing you guys how I made this denim messenger bag. Two announcements really quickly before we get started. One, we have a Discord. Join the Discord. The link is going to be in the pinned comment. And number two, I posted a bunch of stuff on my Etsy, including this bag and some other cool stuff. So I would really appreciate it if you checked it out. Okay, that's it. Without wasting any more time, let's get into the video. So the idea behind the messenger bag is that it's basically a longer version of the backpack that I made in the last video. I kind of knew what I needed, like what pieces I needed, which was the point of making the backpack, honestly. So I knew that I needed two pieces for the panels, one for the front panel, one for the back. And I also needed a piece for the flap, which I decided to make the same as the front and the back panel for simplicity purposes. And lastly, I needed straps. That's pretty much the bare bones for the bag. I decided to add two pockets in the front. I think for the next bag, I'm going to also add side pockets, but the bare bones for the bag is pretty simple. So here I am trying to figure out my pattern pieces. I'm trying to measure everything, and I really just wanted to do this so I could replicate the bag easier in the future. And although it was a lot of work, I highly recommend trying it out, especially with something easy like this. Also, I knew that I would need twice the amount of pieces because I wanted to have the bag fully lined, and I would need every single piece replicated with the lining fabric. That was pretty much the thought process behind it. So these are the pieces for the side panel of the bag, and I just wanted to make sure that I had everything. So I needed two of those actually. One piece for the lining and one piece for the main bag. And then for the pockets, I needed 4 pieces because I wanted 2 pockets. So I needed 2 denim pieces and 2 lining pieces. And then these are the side panels for the pockets. So I also needed 4 of those. And these are my 6 pieces. So I have 3 for the lining and 3 for the main fabric. And these are all the pieces that I had. And then for the straps, I just made this pattern piece for the future because I already had made my straps in like a backwards way. So I made these and I'll show you how I did them, but I don't super duper recommend it. So I started with the pockets for this bag. I sewed on the pocket side panels onto the main pocket and everything right sides together, and I used 3/8 of an inch seam allowance, which I think is 1 centimeter. For the next bag, I'm going to remake these pocket pattern pieces because I just think the pockets need to be a little bit bigger. I also want to try and make like cargo pockets so they're just like more interesting and not just like a flat piece. That's kind of why I tried to make like 3D pockets where they were kind of sticking out. That's why they have this side panel instead of just the fabric sewn down. But honestly, I think it would have been cute either way. But I just used a simple straight stitch, and I also need to adjust the length of the pocket side panel because it was a little long and had some excess. I think it was because of the curve. I kind of overestimated, but it's better you overestimate and just cut off the excess than for you to underestimate. And also, this was my first time making any sort of pattern, so there will be some trial and error. If you do want to attempt to make a pattern, I suggest making a pattern of something that you've made before and cutting out your pattern pieces and your fabric and checking everything and just like pinning them together, making sure they work, and just like adjusting, kind of like a feedback loop. But don't you worry, once I perfect this pattern, I will make it available. I just want to make a few more bags with it first and make sure that everything's the right size and shape and everything it should be. And then afterwards, I'm doing the same thing with the lining piece, and I didn't even bother to pin this one down. I think it would have been too much effort, and the lining fabric is more pliable, so I just kind of lined them up as I was sewing and it worked out perfectly fine. As you can see, I have a lot of excess at the top still, but I just ended up cutting that off and it was fine. And I learned the hard way to trim all your threads and everything as you go along the project because it just gets so overwhelming at the end. But anyways, now I am attaching the denim pocket to the pocket lining, and I'm doing it right sides together. And when I sew these together, I am leaving a hole at the top so I can flip it inside out. This hole also doubles as like a spot for me to put the magnetic closure later in the project. That's like the last thing I do is put the closure in. So yeah, make sure to leave it open and don't sew it shut just yet. Afterwards, I just turned it inside out through that little opening I left, and there it is. We're going to close that opening after we put in our closure at the end of the project. But repeat this process for the other pocket, and then you'll have 2 pockets, just like me. The next thing with the pockets would be to sew them onto the front panel, but for now, I'm sewing on like a pleat onto what would be the flap of the bag. And also, I've been listening to this band a lot. They're called Landline, and I think they're local to me, but I can't really tell. I sewed on with a straight stitch very freaking meticulously, and I also put some studs in. I made the mistake of putting them a little too close to the edge. When I was sewing the lining on, it was a little bit difficult. I had to take off the presser foot at some point, but it ended up being fine. I'm lining the flap with this other denim fabric that I have because I didn't want it to be like super overwhelming with the plaid when you open it, but it might have been cute. I don't know. I like the denim lining though. So I'm just sewing the flap to the lining right sides together, and I'm also leaving a hole for, to turn it inside out. What I should have done is leave holes at the bottom of the flap. So I left a hole at the top. So I should have left a hole at the bottom of the flap, which would double as a hole to put in the magnetic closure part that would go on the flap of the bag. But, you know, you live and you learn, you DIY and you learn. Look at our really cool fully lined flap. Isn't that awesome? It looks really cool and I'm getting really excited. So now I am sewing these pockets onto the front panel of the bag, and what I did to make sure they were even was I drew a line with my ruler, and then I also traced the pockets so that I knew exactly where they were going, and they were also on the same level on the bag. So after that, I just straight stitched them along the line that I traced onto the front panel of the bag. Next time, I think I'm going to try flat pockets because I think they would honestly be cute. That's it. That's the reason. Now do the same thing on the other side, and there you have it. We are still leaving those holes to attach the magnetic clasp, but we're going to leave it like this for now until the end of the project. And I honestly wish I made the pockets longer, but you know, I can change that in the pattern next time. I'm also going to make the pockets bigger, like, you know, like wider. But anyways, next step is to attach the side panel to the bag, and I'm starting with the front panel. It doesn't really matter. So I'm attaching the side panel to the front panel right sides together, and I did not pin it, and it was also not necessary, so yay. I try to get away with pinning as little as possible because pinning takes so much time, but you know, it also helps avoid mistakes, so maybe it can save time. You gotta use your discernment to determine if it's necessary or not. And this time I guessed correctly. Again, my side panel is a little longer than it needs to be, but that's okay. I can always cut it off because it is better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. Next, I am attaching the back panel to the side panel, right sides together. Again, pretty standard stuff. And there you have it. It's the body of your bag. Can you believe it? I also did the exact same steps for the corresponding lining pieces. And also, when I made the lining, I left this hole so that you would be able to turn the bag inside out. Very important step. I also attached my logo. You could also attach pockets to the inside at this point, which, you know, I'm gonna do next time. To attach the flap, I drew a straight line about 1.5 inches from the top of the bag, and I just drew a straight line so I could easily line up my flap so it would be straight across on the back. And after that, I just straight stitched my flap along the line of the bag, and yeah, I'm really happy I made this line. I made it really easy. Straight stitch all the way. Dude, I honestly can't believe I made it this far in the process already after sewing for like as little time as I had. It's so much easier to already have all your pieces cut out, ready to go, labeled, and just put them all together. It's like baking when you already like measure all your ingredients out and then you can just put them all together instead of trying to figure it all out, you know, as you're baking. But there we go. We have so much of the bag. It's so crazy. Okay, now we are going to attach the lining to the bag at this phase. You could also attach your straps right now, but I didn't do my straps until later, and I knew I was going to do that, so I kind of planned ahead. So when we're attaching the lining, we want to do it, think of it as doing right sides together. So we're attaching the right side of the bag to the right side of the lining, and our wrong sides are on the outsides, right? Because there's an outside and then there's an inside outside, and those are both the wrong sides of the fabric. And this time I'm pinning everything. Well, I'm only pinning the side panels and making sure that those line up, and then we're just going to straight stitch all along. And no need to leave gaps because we left a hole in the lining. Just make sure to go over everything with our beloved straight stitch. So now it's time to turn everything inside out, and we're going through that hole that I made. And I don't know if this was easier, but I pulled out the flap first, and then kind of everything else sort of followed. And I didn't show it in the video, but after turning everything inside out, I closed that hole up, the hole that we left to turn everything inside out of. So you just line everything up and straight stitch it, our favorite, straight stitch it together. And I also top stitched the place where the denim and the lining meet. So yeah, literally just a straight stitch. Oh my gosh, look how much bag we have. We are pretty much done with the bag. All we have to do is the straps and the closure. So for the straps, this is the way that I did them, and I'm going to try to do them a better way. These were the first pieces I cut out when I started to do this, and then I realized that I should probably make a pattern. And so I didn't want to waste all the stuff I had already cut out. And it was salvageable, so I tried to salvage it. I knew that I was going to attach the straps after I was done pretty much with the bag, so I knew that all the edges had to be finished. So no raw edges showing. So I'm ironing these folds in place on the sides and actually pretty much on all edges of the lining. And I don't know how to describe it, but you can see me. I'm really going at it with the iron. I really should have made the iron hotter, but I was worried about burning my beautiful mouse pad. But anyways, I'm ironing it a little bit on the sides, and then I'm folding it in half, and I pinned that in place, and it made it so much easier to sew. Oh my gosh, I really should use my iron more often. Anyways, if you know the show I'm watching, you are goated. I had to do this voiceover twice, so I don't know if I said that already, but I can never get tired of the show. I can never get tired of the show. This is what it looked like after I pinned everything out, after I pinned everything down, and then I just sewed that with, you guessed it, a straight stitch. I did this for the other part of the strap because I had two straps. So that's what I did for them. And I ended up sewing them onto the bag, and I don't think I have any footage of that because I was doing it and I forgot to hit record. But this is our lovely strap that's going to get attached to the bag. Yippee! I think the straps were the very last thing I sewed on after I was done with the closure because I knew that they would be easy. So it's closure o'clock, and here I am cutting open the holes that I should have left while I was sewing the flap, but you know, you DIY and you learn, and also that's what a seam ripper is for. So I made my 2 holes on symmetrical parts of the bag pretty much, and they don't need to be too crazy big. They just, you know, like, I don't know, like maybe 2 fingers worth. Technical term, by the way. I'm trying to figure out the best way to line them up, and so you use this piece of the magnetic thing and you mark your holes because you have to you know, open up some holes to fit your part through, which I did with my lovely seam ripper. So you put the front part through and then you put the back part on the wrong side of the fabric, and you use your trusty pliers to secure them down. So I watched a tutorial on how to attach magnetic clasps, and it was really helpful, so I will link it in the description below in case my explanation is not clear enough. So after that, I attached the other bit of it, and then I placed some chalk on it, and I, you know, marked the holes again. I will say I ended up moving the clasp up a little bit because this only works if the bag is completely empty and the flap is like flat with the bag. So, you know, it doesn't close really well if it was full of stuff. So I had to move this part like closer to the top, and then it worked out perfectly fine. So, you know, just side note, don't do exactly what I'm doing because I did not film myself fixing it because I realized it a little bit later. So I did not film myself fixing it, but it's the technique that matters, and the technique is the same. So there we go. Perfect. And all you had to do is repeat the same thing on the other side. And once you make sure everything is working well and awesome, all you have to do is close up your 4 holes. So 2 holes on the flap and 2 holes on the pockets. So you close them up with, you guessed it, a straight stitch. And it was at this point where I also attached my straps. I want to try a bunch of different things, like a messenger bag with no flaps. I want to add more pockets. I want to make one with adjustable straps and a zipper, one with genuine actual cargo pockets, and like a more like utility based bag, like with the water bottle holder, hella pockets, hella storage, heavy duty. I don't know, I want to do a bunch of things, but I must first perfect the pattern for the shape, and then everything else can come later, all the other like customizations. But that is pretty much it for the bag. This is the final result. Again, I will be making the pattern available as soon as it's ready to go into the world. I tested out the bag by putting a bunch of my stuff in it and hanging it off of my chair to see if it would handle the load really well, and I hung it up there for 3 days and it seems pretty fine and able to handle it. I hope the video was helpful. I hope that it inspired you to try and make a pattern. This is the first time I've tried to make a pattern, and it's certainly inspiring me to make more. I definitely learned a lot. It just feels really exciting to know that you're going to be getting better. But anyways, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, comment a skull emoji for the skull on the bag. But I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or week or month. I don't know. I just hope that you have a good time. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!